Hey everyone, welcome to Centralia Fur and Hide's instructional video on how to build one of our Dreamcatcher kits. My name is Eric. I am Mountain Maidu from High Sierra, California. Alright, so basically for this kit, the only tools you're going to need are going to be scissors. Pretty easy for this one. When you receive your kit, it should look something like this. And inside is all the components we need. So we got our instructions. We have a feather. We have our ring and our 1/4x64 piece of lace to wrap the ring. We have our sinew for our Dreamcatcher. We have 3 beads and your needle. All right, so the first step to doing this, I'm gonna grab my ring and my leather lace and take my leather lace as such, just try to even up the ends. I'm gonna go up to the top here. We're gonna build a little hanging loop with like a half hitch knot, so to speak, I guess. So I just want to do this. I'm going to wrap it around my finger, pull it up through the center. You want to keep it kind of small because if you take too much of this leather up with your knot like such down here, you're going to run out of leather wrapping it around your ring. So keep your hanging loop kind of small and you should be fine. All right, so we're going to grab our ring. Doesn't matter where you start. I just like to start at the soldered part. Put the knot and your hanging loops right there on the center. I'm going to take my loose end on the right side and I'm just going to start wrapping. I like the grain side out. You can do either way. I like the grain side out. I think it looks better. So as I'm wrapping, I'm going to pull it kind of tight and I don't want to overlap it. Just side by side. If you start overlapping, you're going to run out of leather. So we're basically going to wrap just like this, all the way around to the bottom center, right below the knot. When you start, it should look something like this. And then we're going to go down to the center part down here, and then we're going to stop. So again, just keep it tight as you're wrapping. Keep it side by side and not overlapped, and you won't run out of leather. All right, so as I'm coming down here towards the bottom, I'm going to just tie this off because we're done right here. And I'm going to tie this off a little bit, pretty much just doing a half hitch, just to keep it from unraveling and undo all my work. So, first half should look something like this. And we're going to start wrapping the next side. Same thing, keep it tight as you're wrapping it. Keep some tension on that leather so you don't run out towards the end. Side by side, try not to overlap. And we're just going to keep wrapping until we get down to where we tied off last time. And then we're going to tie those together in a knot and our ring will be wrapped. So, as you get going, it should resemble something like that. All the way down to the bottom. All right, as I've come down to the bottom and I've got my 2 sides met up, right now, I'm just going to tie a knot with both strings. Down here at the bottom. As such. And there's your ring wrapped and complete. You got your hanging hook. You got your 2 tassels at the end to put our feather on when we're done. And now we start the Dreamcatcher part. So we're going to grab our sinew. Get a good unravel here. Should be 12 feet, like I said. This is our thin sinew. We do sell this separately. You can find it on our website, furandhide.com. All right, so I like to hang this off of the edge of the table while I do this part just in the beginning. It's a lot easier to manage and control. So I'm going to start probably about an inch or so from the knot in the center at the bottom, and I'm just going to tie this right now in a square knot to start our Dreamcatcher. All right, just a good old square knot. I'm going to do a third hitch in there just so it doesn't come apart. All right, so like this. So to make this even, we're going to try for 10 points on the ring. So about every 1 3/4, 2 inches or so, We're going to tie it off. So let's get our other end here. If you just keep all your sinew off to the side of wherever you're working and just don't bunch it up, you should have no problem in knotting it up or anything. So, because it can turn into a rat's nest real fast. All right, so for this one, I can tie my sinew on my knot because we're not going through anything. That way your needle won't keep coming out of your sinew, which is a pain. All right, tie a knot, good to go. So if you keep your sinew coming straight across your ring every time, you won't have a problem doing your Dreamcatcher hitch. So sinew across your ring, you're going to take your needle and your sinew, we're going to come up through this loop right here, through this hole. We're going to come up through it, pull all of our sinew through. Kind of lay it offside like that. Keep it loose and you won't have a problem. I'm going to pull this around here. I got my little mat here, so it's cheater board, but like I said, every 1 3/4, 2 inches. And if you pull it tight, your little cross hitch is going to give you that. That's going to be our anchor point all the way around. So we want 10 of these is what we're looking for. And if you go every 1 3/4 or so, you'll have your 10. So again, we're just going to go across the face of our hoop, come up underneath it, pull it all out. Lay it down, bring your hitch over, pull it tight, pull it straight up, and it's going to give you that. This is what we're shooting for right here, right now. We're just going to keep carrying around the ring, across the face, up through the hole, pull all your sinew. Before you tighten it, get it where you want it. Pull it tight, straight up, and you're going to have that. Once you pull it tight, it'll stay. So you just got to get that up and under. It's crossing your sinew basically and making it a hitch. All right, so we're going to lay it across the face, up and through, pull our sinew, find where we want our spot, pull your hitch, up and straight. Repeat the process. Lay it across the face, up and under, and through. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. All right, so get where we want our hitch. And up. All right, so next one, across the face of the hoop, pull our sinew up. Like I said, just keep it nice and loose and you shouldn't have any problem tangling up, hopefully. Just lay it off to the side, line my mark, pull tight. Across the face of the hoop, up and under, pull your sinew through, such, lay it down gentle, find my mark, getting there. All right, so across the face, up and through, pull the sinew through, all right. Something like that. Zoom through. Make sure it doesn't knot up on us. Find our mark. Basically, I'm just scooting it over before I pull the knot, or pull the hitch, I mean, sorry. And you're right there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And go up and through. So when we meet back up with our original spot, that's where I'm gonna put my hitch right next to the first hitch. Kind of as such. I'm just gonna pull it tight right there so they line up and match, so to speak. Just get my sinew over. We'll cut this tail off at the end, so just don't worry about that. All right, so basically we should have our points all the way around our hoop to do our Dreamcatcher. Okay, so now that we've come all the way around the ring, we should have our 10 points, and those will be our anchor points for our Dreamcatcher. So let's start Dreamcatching. So we're going to reverse the process on this step. So we're still going to keep our string in front. We're going to go down through your first hole that you did and up and through. Pull your sinew out. Tail here. All right, so now that we got that, you just want to pull it tight and up to the center. It's going to look something like that. Take your fingers, pinch it right there and hold it. Take our needle, go down and through, and up through the hole and remember, go across the face, make that hole. Go down and through, up through the hole of the face of the sinew, pull it through. Lay it down, pull this tight and up to the center, and now you should have that. All right, so I'm going to pinch this one, lay my sinew across the face, down through the hole of between the sinew and the ring, back up through that hole that you made with your loose end of your sinew. Lay this down. Pull your slack, pull it tight to the center. It's going to look something like that. Pinch it. Across the face, down through the hole, up through the hole. Pull your sinew. Pull it slack, pull it tight. Should have something like that. All right, sinew across the face, down through the hole, up through the hole, pull through. Pull your slack up, pull it down the center, something like that. Right. Across the face, make that hole. Down through the sinew between the ring and the sinew, up through the hole, pull out your slack. Get it over this, or knot here. Pull our slack. Something like that. All right, starting to resemble a Dreamcatcher. All right, so across the face, make that hole right here. Down between the sinew and the ring, up through the hole that you made with the loose. Pull your sinew through. should have this. Getting there. Across the face, down through the sinew and the ring hole, and back up through. Pull your sinew, pull your slack, and almost all the way around. Getting the pattern going. Okay, so across the face of the ring, down through the hole between the sinew and the ring, up through the hole. Pull your sinew, tighten your slack. All right, through the center. Pinch it off, across the face, down and through, up and through, pull. All right, so now we come back to the beginning. It's gonna look something like this. And then there's gonna be a little hole right here that you can't really see right here on camera, but that very first one that you did your half hitch on, it's gonna be a hole right there. That's the next one you wanna go through instead of all the way over to here. So you wanna find where you first started at, put your needle through there, same process up and through, and it's gonna give you your Dreamcatcher spiral. So should look something like that up at the top. It's not quite going to match the others, but again, that's what's going to give you your spiral, is being the one off. Okay, so we're just going to repeat our process. Now we can go back to normal. Now we're just going to go down through the next hole, back up through the hole, pull. So it'll have something like this. That's what you're looking for. That's the start of your spiral and your Dreamcatcher right there. So across the face, down through the hole, up through the hole, pull your slack, pull it down to the center, and boom. Should look something like that. You can also, I mean, it doesn't have to be like this. This is a Dreamcatcher pattern, but if you just make a web, which took me a long time to learn how to do these Dreamcatchers, I made a lot of webs, but it still looks pretty neat. So we're just going to repeat this process all the way around. Just keep going around until you get to the center. You're going to want to get down to the center to about that big of a hole, and then we will tie it off. Somewhere in here, you want to put your bead for your spider that represents the spider. I like to put them in towards at the top of the Dreamcatcher. So when I do that, I'll just take my bead, whatever bead you want in the center, go with this one. And put it on a needle such as this. Just kind of pull it up and through. Keep it right there and hold it, pinch it, and just do your next hole, down, up through your pull. Pull your slack, and now your bead sits in there. All right, continue this process till the center, and then we will tie it off. Just keep repeating the same thing till you get, like I said, down to a small hole in the center to where you think it looks good, and then we will knot it off and move to the next step. All right, coming down to the center here. This is what having a needle on your sinew is pretty good for doing this project. Helps you sew these smaller holes in here real quick. So last few ones, and then we'll finish up. We'll show you how to tie it off. But we got our pattern going. In here, just give me one or two more of these and then we'll tie it. All right, so you're never really gonna have a complete perfect circle in the center. Trust me, I've done a lot of these, I know. But we can get it pretty close and where it looks good, and I think that's probably a good spot to tie it off. Let me see. Yeah, I like that. All right, so when I tie these off, I pretty much just pull my sinew up top, straight up, pinch it to the ring and hold it. So I'm gonna come up from the bottom. What I'm trying to do is come up through this loop right here. Basically, I'm making my sinew. So if you can picture this loop. All right, so I'm gonna come up where I ended, right there, straight through. Actually, let's do down. I need to stay on top. So we're gonna come up through that hole, stay on top of your ring, or you're gonna go around your ring and have to do it again. So I'm just gonna pull my sinew through. And I want to go right before I let this go. And that hole I was saying, it just got smaller. I want to go right back down through that. Pull my slack out, let go of it. It's going to pull me a knot. Just like that. I'm going to do it one more time. This time I'm going to come up underneath right there. I'm just gonna go right, split those two right there. It's gonna give me that same loop I just showed you. I'm gonna pull it all the way through. And a knot. Pull that down, so you should have something like that. Flip this over. We'll cut that kind of close, not fully close. Don't want to pull it out. And should have something that resembles this, so to speak, give or take. Let's cut this little knot off from the beginning. All right, let's set this stuff to the side. So we're gonna put our feather and our beads on down at the bottom. I like to take my ends of my leather lace here, just cut a point on it. I think it looks better in both of them. Just cut a point like that. So you have that. Helps go on the beads a little easier too. So slide the bead through. We'll slide our bead through. Up to the top. Something like that. And the feather, we'll just take the end of the feather, slide it in a bead. It should hold it on there. And we have our Dreamcatcher. Should resemble something like this, or a web, doesn't matter. Still pretty neat either way you do it. Everybody, thank you for watching again. Don't forget to check out our website, furandhide.com. You can purchase this kit among many others that we sell, such as moccasin kits, drum kits, small and large, end of the trail smudge kits. You just got to go check it out. Thank you again for watching. Click on the link below, and good luck, everybody.